Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello, welcome back. This class we shall see an Android application which displays two tab widgets. In one tab widget it displays an analog clock which talks the time. See
The
that.
time is 9 hours 38 minutes.
It talks the time, and in another tab we shall have a digital clock. Only two tab widgets and a talking clock.
The time is 9 hours 38 minutes.
Right. How this we shall proceed, how this we shall see. So I start Eclipse and I have selected a file, new Android project. I call the project name as the talking clock, and I got the project name. There is already a file name, alright, talking clock 1, and I say next, Android 2.2, next, and I give the reverse name com.hfa.talking clock. Alright. So here you find talking clock is there, talking clock 1 is there. Right. Let us take the Java program, and meanwhile this file has to be generated, therefore meanwhile we shall run that. So I start the Android application so that by the time it will start building that. And this we shall minimize. Alright, now let us go to the XML resource. Under the resource layout, and under the layout I have this main.xml file. If you want, you can zoom it a little bit. Right, now here this we shall remove it, the text view we shall remove it, and I want to add a tab widget. Therefore it is available under the composite, and here you can see that there is this one is a tab widget and this one is a tab host. So the tab host I drag and put it. Now, and if I go to the XML, see that the tab host has created a tab host, and within that it has created a linear layout, and every tab host has a tab widget and a frame layout, and the frame layout has a linear layout called as tab 1, and another linear layout with tab 2, another linear layout with tab 3. Alright. Now there are totally 3 tabs. I want only 2 tabs. In one tab I will put a analog clock, in another tab I will put a digital clock. Therefore I go to the graphical layout, and here in date and time you see that there is a digital clock, so I drag and drop. If you want, you can make it a little bit bigger so that it can appear in the center, and I want a digital clock also, so the digital clock also I put it. Alright, now if you save everything and if you start building the application, then the application will not show any tab widget. See that this, I open it, and now you can see that it has both the talking clock 1, it has the digital clock as well as the analog clock, but no tab controls. For that we have to do programmatically. So under main XML there is a tab host, and there are 3 tabs, one tab 1 and which has analog clock, which has the digital clock and analog clock. I want only analog clock. I will put this digital clock in another tab, therefore this I put in another tab, in second tab. So here I paste it, Control V, and I don't want tab 3, therefore I delete it. Okay, now my general layout will not show me because right now the tabs are not added. Therefore I go to my Java, and now here we shall add the controls. Now the first one is the analog clock, therefore we shall add analog clock. I call this one is equal to AC, and we want one more the integer variables for getting the hour and minute, and we want what we require furthermore. We require tab clock and other thing, right? Alright, when it is required we shall add, but the main thing is this one, when you add from tab widget, this has to be extended from the tab activity, and since it has I want to add a click listener, therefore I will implement it. Therefore I implement, this class implements two actions. One is on click listener. Whenever the analog clock is clicked, I want to speak that, therefore on click listener, and comma, and one more event we shall add, therefore on this one init listener. This is for the text to speech. All right, now here in the override, here we shall add a few things. One is the analog clock AC, which we have declared. Use the cast operator analog clock. Use this one here, talking clock. See this shows, this give me an error because we inherited from the one is the tab activity is to be imported, and since we inherited from two classes, we have to add two unimplemented methods. All right, now inside this we shall extend it. Now first one, now the analog clock is equal to, use the cast operator analog clock, and find view by id r dot id dot, this analog clock is there. All right, what is one more? R dot id dot, I think one more is the class digital clock. I am not going to program, and tab 1, tab 2, tab 3, these things we don't want. All right, and for this analog clock, whenever the analog clock is clicked, therefore I add set on click listener, so this function, and already we have incorporated the function in this class itself, therefore I say that you find the implementation in this class itself. All right, then next one, my variable, this I call one more variable is equal to text to speech I want, therefore here we shall declare one more variable. This one is equal to text to speech, this I call it as TTS, and here we shall create TTS, text to speech is equal to new text to speech, and here if you see the argument, there are two arguments. One, where it is going to play, it is going to play in this class itself, therefore the context is this, and what is the function which is executed. The function already we have incorporated in this class itself, the on click, therefore that also I say this one. All right. All right, whenever the this on click button is clicked, that is whenever the button is clicked, we will execute this function. Now we have to add the tab host, therefore we shall add the tab host. I call this one is equal to my host, and this one is equal to I get the host, get tab host, and from the my host dot I add tab. What is the tab specification? The tab specification is a new tab, therefore this is a new tab specification. Given ID, I call this one is equal to tab 1, and what is this one? I display the set content or set indicator. What title you want, you give the indicator as analog clock, and then analog clock, and which ID you want to display, therefore this one is equal to set content. Already we have two things, one r dot id dot, and this one is equal to tab 1. Okay, it's so simple. Therefore here I terminate it and I copy, and again I paste for another control. Therefore here I add another tab, and this name I call it as tab 2, and the indicator I call this one is equal to digital clock. So this is only a title, so digital clock, and for that the content is, it is not tab 1, it is a tab 2, where we have added a digital clock. Alright, now here whenever this, now let us see whether the first two tabs are coming. Now if I compile and run the application, you can see that there will be two tabs. It will take a while. So see that the first analog tab has come, and if you click the digital clock, the digital tab has come. Now analog and digital. Now here what shall we do is, here whenever I click on the analog clock, it should speak. Therefore only 2 lines of code we have to add. Therefore already I have added, whenever the analog clock is clicked, execute this function. Which function? The on click function. Therefore here we shall say this one is equal to, I want to get the time, therefore I declare a variable calendar. C is equal to, from the calendar I get the current instance, therefore get instance. That is, I get the correct date, time, and of the whenever it is clicked. Okay, now already I have declared the variable hour, therefore h is equal to, from C you get what you get from the calendar, you get the year. Good, sorry, not year, you want hour, therefore hour. Then likewise the minute I want, therefore m already I have declared. From C dot get what you get, you want to get the calendar dot you want to get the minute. Alright. Right, now both h and m are my integer values, therefore I declare a string value. I want to declare a string value variable, I call it as st is equal to, and here I say the time is, then I use concatenation, and whatever h is there, therefore I use string dot value of which one, this value h, then and I use add operator and let it say hours, then again plus, and then we shall say the string dot value of, this time we shall get the value of m, and then I append with the minutes. Okay, this is the text what I have, and this text it has to speak. Which one? My text to speech has to speak. What it has to speak? This variable st it has to speak. And what is the Q mode? The Q mode is text to speech dot, it is a Q mode, therefore you flush it out, whatever it is written you flush it out, and the parameter is null. Right now I don't have anything. Okay, sorry, it should come after the bracket. Right, then what else? Here we have one variable, this one is this hour, minute, I think one variable I omitted. This one should come hour, minute, and yes, there is nothing wrong. Okay, so we save everything, and what is this one? Syntax error, delete token. Wait a minute. There is text to speak st, this bracket is there, hour, minute, and this one calendar get instance, calendar bracket, everything is proper only. This is the view, and this is the bracket of what? I think this bracket I have a mistake I put. Alright, now let me check it out. Now if we compile and if I run the application, if we run the application, now my program should display two tab widgets. Yes, and if I click on the analog clock,
The time is 9 hours 51 minutes.
good. And now if I click on the digital clock, now it is displaying the digital time. Now the time is very less, therefore the only thing which is left out is the digital clock is very poor, it looks so small, therefore only few modifications I will make. Here the weight is equal to digital clock. Here I will display two more things. One is I will display the text size, so that it will become a little bit bigger. The text size is equal to say 50 density independent pixel, and if I say the text color is equal to, say, in hash value I give the value is equal to red, ff0000, and I can add the background color also. So the background color is equal to, let us have some red equal to 0, green equal to 0, blue, light blue we shall have. Okay, this much will do. And now let us, if I save and run the application, then you can see that I have a tab widget which has two tabs, which one displays the analog clock and speaks
The
the
time is 9 hours 52 minutes.
and a digital clock which has an appealing look. Right, this is a small demonstration, and we shall continue in the next class. Thank you so much.